300 meters to the other hotel. You will see a big hidden statue to all the women who in the past crossed the Mediterranean for looking for jobs. It's a nice statue. I recommend you stay. Direct sea access is a privilege, is a strategic advantage, but it is also an immense responsibility. The environmental crisis we are witnessing is alarming, and oceans are still first victims. So we need to increase the ocean's resilience and prioritize the global ocean action as proposed by the recent UN Ocean Conference. Protecting oceans are a global good. So protecting and restoring them thus requires a collective global. So we need to increase the ocean's global challenges and can only be addressed multilaterally, as proposed by the recent. And that's why Slovenia is a strong supporter of an effective multilateral. This year, we have taken part in several multilateral environmental initiatives. So we need to increase. First, we were one of the key promoters of their solution on the right to a healthy environment, which was adopted by the UN General Assembly last July. Furthermore, Slovenia is actively involved in the preparations of the UN 2023 Water Conference, and we are pushing together with many other countries for the establishment of the UN Water and was adopted by the UN General Assembly last year. We have also revitalized the Green Group of Foreign Ministers, a group of small countries committed to environmental issues in external action. And as Minister Brejan already stressed, Slovenia is a country particularly sensitive to plastic pollution. We have also revitalized in the ocean. And I'm pleased that Slovenia now takes part in global high ambitions in external coalition to end plastic pollution by 2040. You can count on our strong support in the negotiations for establishing an international legally binding instrument on this matter. In addition, Slovenia has based its candidature for non-permanent seat in the Security Council for the term 24-25 on a strong environmental commitment linking climate, water, and security. If elected next June, we will do our utmost to keep climate and environmental security high on the Security Council agenda. Slovenia will demonstrate yet again that small countries can be ambitious. We will bring to the table the perspective of a small country aware of contemporary challenges and supportive of effective multilateral cooperation at global and regional levels. In this context, it is an honor for Slovenia to chair this year's meeting of the International Whaling Commission, and we highly appreciate the Commission's work, commitment, and invaluable contribution to sustainable ocean governance. We appreciate the Commission's work on the conservation of cetaceans and their management. We will do our best to assure productive discussions in the coming days and stand ready to support the Commission's work in the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, relations between our countries and societies are intrinsically shaped by global challenges. How we will live and interact in the future largely depends on the planetary health, degradation of environment and its biodiversity, climate and water crisis, and food and energy security are closely interconnected. The stakes are extremely high, and the challenge to do it right is extremely complex. So I therefore wish you a very successful meeting. Your work provides powerful impetus for global action, not only in the sphere of marine biodiversity and whale conservation and management, but way beyond that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. State Secretary. Now you will be addressed by Mayor of Piran, Mr. Genio Zatkovic. Mayor, please.
Thank you. Distinguished authorities, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Portorož. The municipality of Piran is truly proud to host the International Whaling Commission for the third time since its founding. The excellent conference services and beautiful views that our location offers undoubtedly have an important role in defining this year's venue location. Historically, the Mediterranean Sea was a trade route, a source of life, and a melting pot of many peoples, offering endless possibilities to anyone passing through this area. The Adriatic Sea constitutes an important part of it. It is where the West meets the East, Central Europe meets the Balkans, and where the Roman territories and Slavic world blend. In the past, different cultures and peoples tested their strength on this territory. In the end, recognizing and accepting similarities and differences was one of the key elements that made the Mediterranean area flourish faster than other parts of Europe. We who live by the sea love the sea, but at the same time feel its force when unexpectedly spills over our shores. Preserving it and protecting sea creatures in a sustainable way is our duty. The local community, under the auspices of the National Institute of Marine Biology in Piran, is leading an important role in research and advocacy in this field. We are also very proud of Slovenian Marine Mammal Society Morigenos, who is leading an important scientific research, monitoring, and education activities. The goal is to achieve effective conservation of the marine environment and biodiversity, including the preservation of the cetaceans in the Slovenian Sea. Besides the protection and promotion of natural heritage, the municipality of Piran is responsible for preserving and promoting our cultural heritage. One of our most famous and influential families, the Tartinis, owes its wealth and reputation to the salt trade, an important economic branch on which Piran grew well through the past. It was thanks to the good socio-economic position of the Tartinis family that Giuseppe secured his place in society. However, Maestro Tartini did not choose priesthood or commerce and became a well-known violinist and teacher. The government of the Republic of Slovenia nominated 2022 as Tartini's year as we honored this 330th birthday. On this occasion, the municipality of Piran and numerous partners celebrate this special year with many educational, scientific, art, and of course, music events. This nomination is very important for recognizing Maestro's achievements in the field of music, mathematics, and science. In addition, it is also of great importance to our citizens who would like to see Tartini's fame grow, both locally and worldwide. I'm sure that you will feel at home in our multicultural Mediterranean town, where Slovenians and Italians both feel at home. Dear guests, we sincerely hope you enjoy your stay and visit us again someday. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Now you will be addressed by our Executive Secretary, Rebecca Lent. Please.
Thank you, Chair. Ministers, ambassadors, State Secretary, Mr. Mayor, delegates, Dobro jutro. Good morning and welcome, everyone. It is a real pleasure to see you all again in person and meet some new people as well. On behalf of the Secretariat, and we do have a picture of our lovely faces we can post here, I want to thank our gracious Slovenian hosts for welcoming us once more to the beautiful city of Portorož for our 68th meeting. We thank the government of Slovenia as well for loaning us Andrej Vidic, who has set a record in serving for 4 years as our chair. Thank you. Speaking of the Secretariat, so here we are on the screen. Some of us are working from home base, something we're all used to now after the pandemic, and others of us are here with you this week. You'll see a number of new faces, as well as some of us who were here 4 years ago. Please reach out to us as you need. We're here to help you. We're wearing black lanyards. We have an office 1 floor down. Let us know what we can do to support you. We're here to ensure a productive meeting, working closely with our chairman. And we thank you again for joining us. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. We will now address opening statements. All our opening statements are given by contracting governments that are new to the IWC since the last regular meeting, which we don't have. In line with the practice at the last IWC meeting, short expressions of views are provided by minister present on the first day of the plenary, and we will have one more later during this meeting. I invite the personal envoy of Australia's Minister for the Environment, member of the Parliament, Honourable Josh Wilson.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, IWC Commissioners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In Australia, we begin every formal event with acknowledgement of the traditional owners of the sea and land on which we meet. Today, I acknowledge all First Nations peoples globally, pay respects to their elders, and acknowledge the significant and enduring role played by Indigenous people everywhere in managing our precious environment and biodiversity. I'm pleased to represent the Australian Government at this 68th meeting of the International Whaling Commission on behalf of the Minister for the Environment and Water, the Honourable Tanja Plibersek. I'd like to thank the Government of Slovenia for generously hosting this Commission meeting, and I acknowledge the hard work of Mr. Bibic, who has ably guided the Commission through unprecedented challenges over the past 4 years as Chair. I'd also like to thank the entire team that comprises the IWC Secretariat for their commitment to providing the highest standard of support to contracting governments. Without their hard work and dedication, this important meeting would not be possible. As a parliamentary representative, let me acknowledge and thank the public servants, the foreign affairs and scientific experts who undertake this vital multilateral work in the cause of sustainable resource management and biodiversity protection. Last year, the Commission celebrated its 75th anniversary, a monumental achievement and a timely opportunity for us to reflect on the breadth and importance of the work undertaken by the Commission on both the conservation of cetaceans and the management of whaling. Over the past 3/4 of a century, the Commission, as the global authority for the conservation and management of whales, has evolved to keep pace with our changing world. This has included advances in scientific knowledge and technology and major shifts in societal values towards greater environmental protection and animal welfare. Australia is proud to be a member of an organisation with a critical range of work, from supporting the traditional hunting of whales by First Nations communities to allow for the sustainable continuation of traditional culture and subsistence needs, to being at the forefront of non-lethal research into the ecology and conservation of cetaceans. At this time of year in Australia, humpback whales are migrating south along our west and east coasts towards the Southern Ocean and the important feeding grounds of the IWC's Southern Ocean Sanctuary. This annual migration supports a thriving whale watching industry in our coastal communities that benefits local economies and provides joy and a kind of environmental communion for visitors from all over the world. I'm pleased to see this industry and the opportunities it presents being embraced by many countries and supported by the IWC's Conservation Committee. The Australian Government recognises the essential role that whales play in healthy and productive ocean ecosystems. We consider it critical that modern threats to cetaceans are understood and addressed at local, regional and global scales. We're confident this can be done by the IWC to the benefit of all members, while strongly maintaining its support for First Nations whalers. Over the course of this meeting, the Commission will consider a set of important issues in order to further strengthen its governance arrangements and ensure the balance of views of contracting parties continue to be effectively represented in decision-making, including by ensuring those worst affected by the pandemic can fully participate in this meeting. The Commission will also consider critical budget reforms led by Australia to ensure the future financial stability of this important organisation, while There is no easy answer to addressing the current financial situation. I'm confident we can reach an outcome that supports the ongoing work of the Commission. I urge all contracting governments to engage constructively in this decision-making, as balancing the budget is a crucial first step and foundation for the discussion, debate and action towards delivering the Commission's priorities in future. The Australian Government is committed to continuing its leadership in the global protection and management of whales. That is why I'm pleased to announce that Australia will nominate as Vice Chair of Commission for the next biennium. Australia has been heavily involved in the drafting and cooperative development of proposals on the agenda at this meeting, and for us, the work does not stop here. We're committed to supporting the smooth implementation of budget decisions and the organisational change associated with implementing recommendations of the Governance Review via the Working Group on Operational Effectiveness proposals. We hope to share and facilitate the critical work of the IWC through the responsibility of the Vice Chair position. We thank contracting states for their consideration and support this week. We also look forward to working with the Chair to oversee and support the renewal process of Aboriginal subsistence whaling quotas in 2024. Finally, can I just make what is probably an obvious point for all of you, especially at this gathering, and that is to say that the world needs more cooperative and collaborative efforts like the IWC. We need more efforts that operate with purpose and goodwill in the shared interests of all the people and all the life on this planet. We need more efforts that put a high value on consensus and that put a high value on reaching agreement and making positive change through proper democratic process where perfect consensus cannot be reached. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As you know, the Commission's practice is to accept opening statements from commissioners and observers in writing. Written opening statements from contracting governments and observer organizations should be submitted by 6 p.m. today to the Secretariat at the address that you will soon see on the screen. And these statements are then posted on the IWC68 webpage and attached to the Chair's report of this meeting that is also published later after the meeting is over. Thank you very much for this morning part, and now we will go for a coffee break and convene at 11:15. Although we finished earlier, we have to start at 11:15 because of other obligations. So thank you very much, and please enjoy the coffee and the sweets outside. And we are also looking forward to welcoming you, as our minister already said, at tonight's reception, which will take place in the restaurant 2 floors down, starting at 7:30 p.m. Thank you.